Just like the title suggests, today I bring you the characters who pretended to be Batman or acted as Batman in the absence of the authentic Batman. Superman. In many of the TV series, Superman and Batman start off on the wrong foot, but later become pals. The Superman animated series, released in 1996, is also a great example of such behavior. A related story to our video starts in the nighttime episode. However, in the series, the story about Superman and Batman begins in the episode World's Finest. In the episode World's Finest, Batman and Superman meet each other for the first time. Even though Bruce and Lois had a fling with each other at the end of the episode, Supes and Bats were able to work together to take down both Joker and Lex Luthor. Sometime after that incident, Superman hears from Roxy Rocket that Batman is nowhere to be found in Gotham, and criminals are now making havoc in the town. Thinking about what has happened to his old pal, Superman visits Gotham only to find that Robin is alone and trying to fill the void in the absence of Batman.
Now, where's your boss?
Around.
Okay, let's try this another way. Where's Bruce?
While trying to find out what happened to Bruce, Superman dresses up like Bats and patrols the city with Robin to stop criminals.
That was close.
You're telling me. The sooner we find your boss, the better.
Right side.
Bit by bit, Superman gets the hang of Batman's character, and after a couple of encounters, everyone is convinced that he is the Batman.
Kick over the desk. Just do it.
I won't ask twice.
All right, no need to get your feathers ruffled.
Even Robin himself.
Where?
Now he's getting it. So how'd you do Batman's voice?
Precise muscle control.
Plus, I have a pretty good ear. Don't do that again.
At the end of the episode, we get to see that it was Brainiac who injected nanites into Bruce and controlled him into building a rocket. However, with Batman in town, there is no place for Brainiac. Dick Grayson. The first Robin, who was the next in line to take the mantle from Bruce, walked away from that choice ages ago, made his own path, and became Nightwing. Yet in the movie Batman: Bad Blood, released in 2016, he had to wear the legendary cape in order to keep the villains in line amidst the sudden disappearance of Batman. A group of criminals led by Heretic engages in a fight with Batwoman inside a factory, and when the battle ensues, Batman arrives to aid her. However, after sharing blows one after another, the masked man Heretic decided to detonate the explosives planted within the facility. Running out of time, Batman saves Batwoman by flinging her out of the facility, but fails to make it out of there by himself alive. Since then, no matter how many times the bat signal lit, no one showed to respond to the loose criminals until Dick Grayson Wayne returned to take his rightful place. Joker. As we all know, Joker is crazy and creative at the same time. In the Batman TV series, Joker pulls another stunt by poisoning Batman. The poison is known as the Joker Venom, and when injected, within 24 hours, the characteristics of the victim get suppressed and a crazy Joker-like behavior emerges.
Please!
Since Batman is now turning into a Joker, our original Joker decided that Gotham is in need of a new Batman, and the new Caped Crusader begins his journey. With Joker being dressed as Batman and Batman acting like a Joker, common criminals like Penguin are very much confused.
Joker, Batman? If it isn't Dumb and Dumber. Okay, now you two are starting to creep me out.
Everything seems to be in chaos, but there was a comfort. Until 24 hours were up, Batman's free will is not affected by the venom. Meaning if Batman can produce the antidote within that time, he can be cured. Or it will be the end of not only Gotham, but the whole world. Therefore, within the next 24 hours, Batman tries to take custody of the Joker Venom from Joker. But it is not as easy as before. Since Joker has now evolved into Batman, he got some crazy moves. Not to mention his own Batmobile and Batarangs. The jokes, on the other hand, is way funnier than before. Because now we not only have the Clown Prince of Crime, but also have the Dark Knight to make us laugh.
Not so fast, Penguin. The eggs. Yes.
That is one expensive omelet.
The adventurous duo. Mr. Freeze, as we all know, was a doctor who was an expert in cryogenics, and while attempting to cure his terminally ill wife, Nora, unfortunately was caught in a laboratory mishap. The result was Mr. Freeze. In the year 2027, the Bat family had to again go against Mr. Freeze, now known as Freeze 2.0 after his upgrade. This pushed Batman and the gang to great lengths to neutralize the Freeze.
Diamonds cut even the hardest glass. How's that for poetic justice?
Yet at the end, amidst the burning fires, Freeze was able to escape and get into the lab to cryogenically freeze himself. He plans to fall into a great slumber until the time comes where the people of the future will wake him, so that he may reawake in a world without Batman. A millennium has passed since then. The story of Batman has turned into a legend, and then a myth with the time past. Until two adventurers begin to search for the long-lost Batcaves, they are left with no other option for the upcoming catastrophe. One of the adventurers logs his journey.
We seem to have found definitive proof that ancient Gotham's legendary Batman, long thought to be a myth, actually existed. The time is exactly 1900 hours. The date is August 8th, 3027.
The date is August 8th, 3027, and the great city is now plummeting into chaos. Freeze 2.0 has been reawakened. He is terrorizing the city like he did 1,000 years ago. Freeze laughs about a world without Batman. But when the two adventurers find the now forgotten Batcave, everything starts to change. Freeze roams the city, striking fear into the hearts of innocent inhabitants who have become helpless in this freezing weather. But, out of nowhere, the Batman swoops down from one of the Wayne Towers. Freeze screams with terror. The Batman couldn't have survived 1,000 years. The Dark Knight cracks the villain's glass yet again with the anti-freeze solution. Freeze 2.0 braces the ground, defeated in much agony and disbelief. Several more Batmen surround the first. The heroes are revealed to be adventurous scientists in disguise. They thank Batman for his help and for never abandoning Gotham even after all this time.
Batman. Even 1,000 years into the future, he refused to leave Gotham unprotected.
Alfred Pennyworth. One of the best on the list and my favorite apart from Superman's impersonation. Long story short, Melanie Bromwell, Gotham News' network's pushy host, has decided to cast the most eligible bachelor in town, Bruce Wayne, in her program, A Day in the Life. Everything went smooth until Penguin crashed the day and got in the way. Bruce had no option other than to be Batman and fight Penguin. But doing so has compromised Bruce's identity, not to mention Mel being suspicious about Bruce's disappearance during Batman's appearance. To take the suspicion away from Bruce, Alfred decided to take charge. First, he kicks the videotape of Batman's fight into Wayne Manor to the hearth. Secondly, he smashes a chair into Penguin's skull when Cobblepot tried to unmask Batman. And at last, to further convince Mel,
What?
Funny how you and the Batman have never been in the same place at the same time tonight.
Look! Right there! It's the, Dark Knight!
he becomes the Dark Knight in the presence of both media and Bruce Wayne.
Oh, I know. Flirting with disaster. You were right. In more ways than you know. I was in a hurry.
Bonus: Green Lantern. In the movie Justice League War, Batman bestows the leadership of the team to Green Lantern as he had to go fight the War World Apocalypse to save Superman. Although Lantern didn't wear the cape, he acted exactly as Batman in Batman's absence, which was a surprise to himself as well.
We got this! We got this? That's your big battle cry. Don't worry about it, smartass. Stick to the plan. I'll distract you. Darkseid! What the? Get him out of there. His showboating is gonna ruin the entire plan. Oh, great. Now I'm Batman.
If you've enjoyed the video, please remember to give a like. It is one click away.